Warning, Hebrews Toys Reviews is not intended for children. It is for adult collectors and people over the age of 18.
Hey everybody, Hebrew77 here for Hebrew Toy Reviews, and today, as promised in the last video, we will be reviewing Masters Universe Origins Battle Armor Skeletor. And as you know, this is a long time coming, as I explained in the last video, as I did a video about when these figures were going to come out, and it's been over a year now, and I will put the video over here in this, wait, is that corner? Whichever corner, I think it'll be up here in this corner, so you can click on that and watch it. It's one of my most popular videos for this channel. So anyway, with all that being said and out of the way, let's get on with the Battle Armor Skeletor toy review. Boy, I really froze my words there, didn't I? After about a year of anticipation, here now is Battle Armor Skeletor, the deluxe figure set. And I went over in the last video that I was confused on why they called it deluxe figure. I thought these figures were going to be bigger. I'm glad that they weren't. The reason why they call it deluxe figure is because of the packaging. You get all of this other stuff for the packaging, which makes the package bigger. And I don't like this in a way, because this means I can't really collect these and hang them on my wall. It really doesn't go along with all the other packaged figures. So, yeah. So we see the front of the package here, pretty much similar to what we saw on the Battle Armor He-Man. We look here, however, Skeletor, of course, comes with his own unique set of weapons. He comes with his Havoc Staff, his sword, and new, for the first time ever, Skeletor comes with a shield, which has his signature look in the center of the shield, and I will touch more on that when I have him out of the package. But for now, let's take a look at the back of the package, which pretty much the same as the Battle Armor He-Man. It shows you how to work the feature, but however, look at this. This is some really cool artwork here at the top. And it says, Skeletor conjured his own battle armor within the darkest depths of Snake Mountain. And boy, I tell you, I really like this artwork. Now, I haven't had the time to really read the comic book yet. But when I do, I sure am going to like it. Now, here's the cross cell in the back. We already talked about these with the Battle Armor He-Man, so we're not going to even look at that. So now that we've seen the package and everything, let's see Battle Armor Skeletor outside the package. Here he is, Battle Armor Skeletor outside the package with all of his accessories. And when I did the He-Man review, I never changed his hand, but you know, I really don't feel that that's necessary. I'm not sure why. Oh, because they wanted the slap hand to be this hand. I really don't like that. I like it looking almost like the original. So with that being said, I mean, this face really isn't that bad. It's just sort of makes him look angrier, I guess, than usual. But with that being said, let's see what he looks like with the alternate head. Here's the deal. I really try to, first of all, the head it doesn't ET as bad as the Battle Armor He-Man did, but the weapons... Here, let me set this camcorder on something. Weapons don't want to stay in his hands or on his arms. Like, I put the Havoc staff there and it doesn't want to stay in his hand. And when I try to attach the shield to his arm, this happens. And see, there with the Havoc staff, the shield piece, this plastic prongs here, aren't wide enough to go onto his forearm. See, and let's see, and when you try to do it, let's see, this, it goes to the sleeve. It's supposed to, and then when you put it on his wrist, it's too wide for the wrist, too narrow for the forearms. So it's not really, and I don't want to force it on there because I'll break it. So the shield's pretty much useless for that hand. Let's see. Yeah. It will fit on this hand alright, but you know, why would you? I guess that's why they give you the extra hand. Anyway, now that we've seen the change of hands and how horrible the weapons fit in his hands, let's see, just like we did on He-Man, how the battle armor actually works. You know, on He-Man we tried to use the sword and it was to no avail. Let's see if it works on Skeletor. Nope. Again, oh, there it goes. Okay, there's the first damage. And there's a second. And as you can see, it works better on Skeletor than it did on He-Man. Now some comparison. Here is the original Battle Armor Skeletor compared to the Origins Battle Armor Skeletor. And as you can see, his battle damage is a little easier, and actually it went up too. I did some repair work on this a few years ago, and this is not a remake. This is the original Skeletor, and the problem with this one is it's hard to snap into place. So if you get it to snap into place, and you got to do it by your thumb. See, there's the first one, and there's the second one. So anyway, there you go. There's the battle damage Skeletor. The heads are not quite the same. There's more yellow. Like, this is completely yellowed out. There's a little bit of yellow on this one, but you can still see the green. So not quite the same. Now let's look at this head. Looks like they're putting more yellow on these heads. So what do I think about the new modern Battle Armor Skeletor? Well, it's hard to say. I mean, on the one hand, I like the gimmick. Of course, I like the gimmick of the original. But on the other hand, and the gimmick definitely works better than the Battle Armor He-Man. But on the other hand, the heads are wonky. Both of them don't look all that great. And of course, they ET a little bit when you put them on the neck. The weapons don't fit into the hands right, as seems to be really the case with all the Masters Universe Origins figures. A lot of them anyway. But more so with Skeletor, and I don't know why that is. I mean, he's a great figure. He looks good. Like I said, I like the battle armor action. It's, you know, it's wonderful, but again, in this case, I would have to stick with the original. And I mean, this figure here, let's get out the He-Man real quick. And just real quick, a little perspective here. is I did some repair work on this guy back quite a few years ago. This guy here is probably about 30, I would say closer to about 40 years old. And this He-Man figure here is probably about 30 years old. Just to put it in perspective, so this one came out in 2000. Actually, he's only about 20 years old, because this one came out in 2021, and this one is the original, which came out in 80. I'm not sure what year he came out. Does it say on his butt? If it does, it's really tiny writing on his back here. I can't really. I would say 86, or maybe 80. Maybe 85 or 86, somewhere in there, because he's definitely not 84. That's when the He-Man figures first started coming out, was 1984, and but this was a newer figure that came on along later in the line, along with Battle Armor He-Man. But anyway, with that being said, he's a great looking figure. I guess if you keep him in the package, if you have room on your pegboards for him still in the package, I still recommend, however, getting him. He's still like an awesome figure. Just maybe want to change your hands out, give him better hands for holding his weapons. I would have to give him sort of a C minus if I had to grade him on any kind of level. Stick with the originals. Originals are better. If you have good ones, this Skeletor I have is a really good. He's in really good condition considering his age. And same with this Battle Armor He-Man. All his joints are still tight and everything still works just fine. But that's really all I have to say about Battle Armor Skeletor. If you could find these Battle Armor figures, go out and get them. I thought I was done. One thing I forgot to mention, though, really quick before I throw it back to myself, I guess, is he also has a place for his sword to go. And also, he comes with the same sword instructions that He-Man does, because what you do is you connect the two swords, which I talked about in the last video, and then of course the two swords combined hold the flame. So you honestly cannot get one without the other. So if you're going to get a Battle Armor He-Man, go ahead and pick up a Battle Armor Skeletor just for that reason. That's really all I got to say about that. Well, that does it for Battle Armor Skeletor. I gotta say, I like the figure a lot more than I thought I would. When I originally talked about it, I thought he had an extended hooded neck on the original head. The original head doesn't look half bad, but still, I'm glad they gave you an extra head that you could replace it, because the expression just kind of looks dumb, to be frankly honest. And I think maybe they did that on purpose so that you would eventually exchange the heads. And buy more figures too, because if you buy another figure, you get another extra head to go with your classic Skeletor. Anyway, that pretty much... Did I say classics? What the heck? Origins. Masters Universe Origins. I don't know why I said classics. Anyway, until next time, please remember, we will be reviewing the Wind Raider. That should be a fascinating review. But until then, this has been Hero77 saying, knowing isn't just half the battle, it's the whole damn war.